Yo, what's up, YouTube? Shogun Shogun here, and it looks like we're getting another Banshee Sister specialty change. This time up around, it's going to be Carmainerose. So let's get into the preview video.
Join the Chaos Sect, and you can become just as strong as me. If I win, you join us. Deal? I'll take you somewhere nice. So be good and follow me.
Now, first up, Chaos Sect. You'll love it. Next thing we know, ML Surmia gonna be the leader of the Chaos Sect. You've got Axe God, you've got the other guy who turned down Elfelt. That's why he's dead to me forever. Imagine turning down a marriage proposition from Elfelt. But this time around, we're getting Zealot Carmainerose, which is gonna be interesting. I'm really interested to see what the story is on how she joins them. Looking definitely a big glow up here in terms of edginess. Got the cool scar on the face, got the twin pigtails there, got those thigh highs going with the little straps. But regardless, looking real hot, and I'm interested to see exactly. She's a zealot fully immersed in an enraged belief. So let's take a look at what we end up getting here from the specialty change in general.
카마인로즈는 여신교에 대한 이야기를 듣고 기대에 부풀어 티라성을 찾아가지만 무단 침입으로 쫓겨납니다. 여신교의 양심을 품은 카마인로즈.
I like this art, honestly. Really solid, really cute.
소문을 들은 카오스교 도끼대 장군은 로즈에게 카오스교와 함께할 것을 권유하고, 로즈는 자신의 억울함을 알아준 카오스교의 구원을 받습니다. 이후 카오스교의 전도자가 되어 여신교에 대항할 자들.
So let's get into the skills. So they're going to take Daze, which attacks the enemy, dispelling all buffs, and increases attack and defense of the caster for 2 turns. They're going to turn that into attacks the enemy. This is going to make them unbuffable as well for 2 turns. So basically the same thing, unbuffable this time around. Nice. It's another unit that can strip. It's another unit that can be buffable, increases their own attack and defense for 2 turns. There's a fair amount of stuff that I saw in the specialty change tree as well that is pretty solid.
이제 대상이 가진 강화 효과를 전부 해제하고 2턴간 강화 불가를 발산시킨 후 자신에게 2턴간 공격력 증가, 방어력 증가를 발산시킵니다.
As you can see, this is going to be really important for probably one of the most important hunts in the game. That is Golem, and I know that a lot of you out there are really having a hard time figuring out your Golem 13 team. Hopefully this can help you get that sorted out. Okay, so rune introductions. This will be the first 3. So we've got Guard Rune, Health Rune, Speed Rune, basic base stat increases here. So you're going to have increased defense by 10%. You're going to have an extra 15% HP, and you're going to have what you would think would be speed, right? No, this is going to be increased critical hit damage. A little misleading there, wouldn't you think? Smiley.
수호의 룬, 방어력이 최대 10% 증가합니다. 룬, 생명력이.
We'll go into okay. So this is the next round. Order, Wedge, and Courage Rune. When attacking, increases effectiveness by up to 20% if you're attacking an Earth Elemental. Very anti-Earth Elemental here as well with the Wedge Rune. When attacking, increases the effectiveness even further, so you get an extra 50% effectiveness if you're attacking. Why wouldn't they just put that in one? I don't know. Seems weird that they would spread that out across 2 of them when attacking. It's literally the same thing, right? I mean, except one's a little bit bigger. It's 30% instead of 20%. Seems odd, but Courage Rune increases your damage when attacking a target that has no buffs by 10%. So that's pretty solid. Strip buffs deal extra damage. Fantastic stuff right there. We'll get into the next set right here. Now this is Vampirism. Disease Rune has a 60% increased chance here. to make the character make the unit unhealable, to make them unhealable for 1 turn when attacking an earth elemental hero with vampirism. Now, the problem that I find is a lot of this is earth elemental hero based, right? Meaning that this isn't going to be great in PvP, in my opinion. Not a ton of earth elemental heroes. You have Landy, you have Valencia, yeah. Maybe with debuffs coming back, you'll see some Ray Destina, maybe. Oh yeah, Falconeer Quarry, that's true. You do have Falconeer Quarry. It seems very geared towards PvE, honestly. A lot of the things are for Golem, right? But Vengeful Strike, decrease combat readiness by an additional 5% when using Vengeful Strike. Now this is her skill 2, attacks the enemy, decreasing combat readiness by 35% before decreasing the speed of the enemy for 2 turns and increasing the speed of the caster for 2 turns as well. So this is going to be a 40% decrease in combat readiness. So this is going to be pretty solid, honestly. I actually kind of like this. This isn't too bad. I mean, you do get another 5% on top of that, so 40%, pretty solid stuff. Now this is going to be for her S3, and your achievement rune, your trust rune, has a 5% chance to grant the caster increased greater attack for 2 turns when using her 3rd skill. Now 5%, I mean, hey, what can I say, right? Dual attack chance of 5% base happens all the time. So this is going to happen 100% of the time. But when buffs are successfully dispelled by S3, increased combat readiness of the ally, except for the caster with the highest attack, by 20%. Now, this is really cool because this is going to be like, hey, get rid of buffs. This person gets to go forward and then finish the job, right? I think that is actually going to be very, very interesting in terms of team synergy, right? Because if you're attacking grass, you have 50% attack, 50% increased effectiveness, meaning that you're probably going to dispel their buffs. Now, the question here is, does it have to dispel a buff, right? Can you S3 if, there's no buffs? I would assume you have to have a buff in order to dispel it, kind of like ML Rin's S3, right? So I think that's going to be kind of interesting. The 5% chance for greater attack is whatever. If it happens, awesome. If not, it's 5%, right? I think that's not really the biggest deal in the world. I do like the animation on her S3. Really, really solid look. I really do like the push forward. I think that can be real big. But one of my biggest problems here is I think that this is just geared towards PvE. I can't see the extra stuff, especially for grass elemental stuff, where I go back here to runes. That was hell. But at the same time, though, it's only the effectiveness, right? So outside of that, doesn't really matter. You can still use her in PvP. Those seem to be the only thing that's geared towards just grass, right? And I think that now that I think about it a little bit more, I think that's just a non-factor in PvP. If you do want to bring her to PvP, I do think that the push forward when stripping buffs is really solid. Increased damage, you'll have better stats overall. You have the CR pushback and speed down, which can be very big at just locking a certain unit down. And honestly, I don't think you need the effectiveness, especially if you're doing RTA, because as Frenzy ramps up, effectiveness doesn't matter as much. But I think that this is going to be another interesting specialty change. We'll see if they're just going to go through all of the Banshees before we get any specialty change that's not a Banshee. So we'll see. We'll see. Well, I mean, we did get Doris, right? We got Pearl, then Doris, then this, then we'll get another one, then probably another Banshee. I want Gloomy or Requiem Roar, honestly. Those are probably the ones that I want the most. But let me know what you guys think about this one. Do you see it being used in PvP? I don't personally see it being used too much. Mostly because I don't really see too much in the way of grass, but with more and more debuffs coming in, could see Destina and Ray make a resurgence ish, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I obviously already have her done because, well, I thought the last one was her, so this one is. So I'm ready to go. We'll have her finished as soon as possible once it comes out. But anyways, guys, that's my take on this. What's your take? And let me know which one of the other Banshees you guys want to get a specialty change on. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy, homies. Peace.